Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Al Shalamti. Again I say Al Shalamti. Vigilant men, virtuous ladies, and learning students. My names are Dr. Richard Yates, the host of Seeds of Life. Coming soon on this television station, you can see a program promoting the seeds of life. It is written that the Creator has given us seeds and herb healing plants for the nation. The nation is Guyana. Guyana, heal thyself. Join me here on this television station as you learn about the pumpkin seed. You learn about the chia seed. You learn about the black seed. You learn about the flax seed. You learn about the sesame seed. You learn about the mustard seed, several seeds, right here on this television station. For more information, call Dr. Yates at 592-693-3388. My numbers are 693-3388. Thank you so much for supporting great health in Guyana. Your greatest wealth is your health. Shalamti Al. Shalom. Salam. Stay healthy.
Fruits and vegetables are among the healthiest foods on the planet. They come with vitamins, minerals, and pesticides. Yes, unfortunately, that's the harsh reality. While researching for this video, I found that the books and even Google was not enough. So to bring the most authentic information to you, I went to different vegetable and fruit markets. I discussed this issue with the real people, the vendors there. Even visited a nearby field, met a few farmers so that we know what really is going on at the grassroots level. Sadly, almost 99% of the crops are treated with chemical pesticides. The residue of these pesticides is present on the fruits and vegetables when you buy them in the grocery store. The most shocking part is that even after washing these fruits and vegetables for continuously 15 seconds in running tap water does not remove the chemical residue. This is a serious problem of the day, and in this video I'll share with you the best and the most practical solution to resolve this issue. So without any further delay, let's get started. Hello friends, welcome to FitTuber. In the past decade or so, there has been a tremendous increase in the use of chemical pesticides to meet the needs of overgrowing population. Eating fruits and vegetables without properly removing the pesticide residue may lead to food poisoning, diarrhea, hormonal issues, skin and hair problems, and even long-term deadly diseases of brain, kidney, lung, and cancer. Almost every crop today is treated with chemical pesticides. Now, before I come to the solution, let me just quickly share with you what and how this is done. So basically there are three types of chemical agents used on fruits and vegetables to bring out what actually you see at the grocery store. First, the ripening agents. Fruits like banana and mangoes are treated with ripening agents, mostly calcium carbide. Obviously, this is done so that fruits and vegetables reach the market before season and can fetch more profit. The problem with industrial calcium carbide is that it contains heavy metals like lead and arsenic, which are dangerous for the human body. Secondly, coating agents like wax and DPA are used mostly on fruits like apples, grapes, and almost every exotic fruits which travel the 7 seas to reach your doorstep. The purpose of doing this is to preserve the moisture and the consistency of the fruits during cold storage and transportation so that they look fresh on the shelf. Have you noticed a white powder sprinkled mostly on red and black grapes? It is a chemical agent to prevent the grapes from getting soggy. Wax is a petroleum product, while DPA reacts with nitrogen in air to form nitrosamine, which is a suspected carcinogen. See, the solution of these two problems is very obvious. First, never eat fruits and vegetables which are not in season. Secondly, ditch all the foreign exotic fruits and vegetables and switch to local produce. This way not only you will save yourself from these chemicals, but also the foods you will buy will be cheaper, more easily absorbed by your body, and not to forget, doing this you will be helping the local farmers and in turn the Indian economy. Now coming to third chemical agents which are worst of all are the pesticides. There are systematic pesticides which are put in the bottom of the tree nearer to the roots so that they are absorbed by the plant, and they will be in the leaves, stems, fruits, flowers for about 10 to 15 weeks. Then there are contact pesticides which are sprayed on the surface of the plant, fruits and vegetables. These are the main culprits as the residue of these pesticides remain on the fruits and vegetables even after you bring them to your home. But we can get rid of them. Now the most obvious solution is to buy organic food. Although it's not that organic foods are not treated with pesticides, it's just that they use safer alternatives. However, considering the soaring prices of organic foods, it might not be a practical solution for many of us. So let me share with you a very simple way which has been proven to remove almost 98% of pesticide residue. Yes, all you need to do is put the contaminated fruits and vegetables in one place in a container and pour enough water in it. Now put 1 tablespoon of baking soda in it. Baking soda is easily available in grocery shops. I have even linked it down in the description box. Now leave the container for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now wash them thoroughly with running tap water. Baking soda, that is sodium bicarbonate, known for its alkalizing nature, helps remove almost 98% of the pesticide residue from fruits and vegetables. This is an easy yet very effective way of removing pesticides from fruits and vegetables. So next time and every time you buy fruits and vegetables, make them go through this process. There are some more tricks which help you minimize the effect of pesticides. For example, whenever you want to wash something like cabbage or onions, always make it a habit to peel off the first layer, then wash them in baking soda solution. Then if a fruit or vegetable has skin which you won't be using, even then do not shy away from washing it with baking soda. For example, when you cut an unwashed muskmelon, some part of the pesticide residue from the surface goes inside. Next, in order to diminish the effect of systematic pesticides, it is recommended to keep the lid open while cooking the vegetables. The agricultural scientists say that with steam, pesticides inside and outside the body of vegetables move upwards. Well, it can't be said that using all these practices we can make our fruits and vegetables 100% free of pesticides. But there is no doubt about the fact that these are highly effective methods to reduce the effect of pesticides and other chemical agents to as much as possible. And frankly, this is the best we can do as a smart consumer. After talking with local vendors and farmers, I came to know that there are certain fruits and vegetables which are heavily treated with chemicals. As the mango season is approaching, be ready for chemically ripened mangoes in the beginning. Bananas are extensively treated with calcium carbide to meet the demands. One easy way to differentiate is that naturally ripened bananas have black or brown stalk, whereas chemically ripened bananas have green stalk. Tomatoes are very heavily treated with pesticides. Other heavily treated fruits and vegetables include grapes, papaya, brinjal, etc. Then I also got to know that there are vegetables which require least amount of pesticides. These include mostly the ones which are grown underground like onions, potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, radish, etc. Even the green leafy vegetables do not require a lot of pesticides. So you have another reason to eat them more often. This was just for your awareness, although I would still highly recommend you to wash all the fruits and vegetables that you buy in baking soda solution. Even a small residue of pesticide, our body finds it very difficult to get rid of and it gets deposited in the adipose tissue. Now here's something interesting to know. Since most pesticides used are lipophilic pesticides dissolving in oily surfaces, that's where ancient Ayurvedic techniques like oil pulling are really helpful. If you have seen my video on oil pulling, you will know that the way it removes the toxins from the body is by attracting the toxins in oil. Go watch it and start oil pulling today. So what's the takeaway from this video? Avoid fruits and vegetables which are not in season. Ditch the foreign exotic foods and switch to local produce. Always wash the fruits and vegetables with baking soda solution. Remove the first layer of foods like cabbage and onion before washing. Keeping the lid open while cooking helps minimize the effect of pesticides. Some foods are heavily treated while others are not. Choose wisely. Buy organic foods whenever possible. Start oil pulling to get the deposited toxins out from the body. As a smart consumer, let's be aware and do as best as we can. Like switching to organic food products.
All right, a very good evening to all of my friends, well-wishers, relatives, those of you who are waiting for our program to get started. Here we go. It's on, and it's on live on a beautiful rainy day, up here anyway. It was a nice little shower we had there. Still kind of drizzling a little bit, but I like it when it's raining. It makes me want to sleep. Anyhow, we had some great previews there before I got started, and particularly the last one that you just looked at, to get that played back before we come off the air. That one is very interesting because even though it is not from our country or our side of the world, it still applies to our farmers and our fruits and vegetables. If you notice, the fruits and vegetables look just like the ones we have here because the climate is almost the same. But I am concerned about what is happening with our produce industry, like many of you are, because of the fact that more and more persons are being affected by the chemicals and toxins that are being ingested into the body system. And some of us can't really help it because, you know, we don't have the means to get organic foods, and we don't really have too many organic choices here as yet anyhow. And then some of us really don't know what to do about, you know, foods that are probably contaminated, which they most likely are. Now, the solution there was a very good one, and it's one that's very old and is known because I remember years ago when growing up, and even when I got older, that we used baking soda to absorb chemicals and toxins in a refrigerator. You know, we use baking soda to do lots of things. Baking soda is even used to put in pastries and cakes, even though I don't do it. But it's in there by many persons who use it. Now, it's a very good solution that is inexpensive to the problem that we have with our chemical deposits on the fruits and vegetables. So I would suggest to you that, and I hope that the persons who are selling this product are not watching, because there's a very strange thing that happened. Whenever we talk about something here, the price goes up like crazy. You know, we talked about lemons. You can't get lemons now. We talked about grapefruit. You can't find it either in the marketplace. You know, whatever we talk about here normally in the program, you know, it is just crazy that people just increase the prices, you know. Get the baking soda, and I would suggest to you that you warm the water, and then add the baking soda. You know, stir it in until it dissolves as much as you can, and then put your fruits and vegetables in there for about 20 minutes, and then you take them out and then you rinse. You know, and then hopefully you would have gotten off most of the chemicals that are on the outside. Now, the problem is, what about the chemicals that are on the inside? You know, there's not much you can do about that. Hopefully, you will detoxify and cleanse, and I suggest at least once per month. Cleanse and detoxify your bodies at least once per month. That way, if anything is accumulating in there, also deworm. Cleanse, detox, and deworm. Don't ask me what to use. There are too many good things on the marketplace. And then I was talking with a friend only the other day in Florida, and they were reminded of grandma, and of course my parents did it too, who used to purge us just before school opens. Every school term, before we go to school, they purge us, either with cascara and salts, or castor oil with casrip and egg white, and they blend it up and they give it to you to drink, and it just it's the craziest thing, but you know, it helped us to be where we are today. You know, we didn't have any, we never got sick. You know, I don't remember my siblings getting sick, and they're still not getting sick. You know, so those old remedies worked. The cascara and the salts, you used to hear that cup knocking, you know, and he's dissolving it. My father used to do that, and my mother and father used to put together the castor oil with the casrip or molasses, somewhere in the molasses, I think, or casrip, and egg white, and they would just beat this thing up and just blend it and just give it to you to drink, and you gotta but but it made us who we are today. All right, all the mucus was coming out, and I still believe that those things work. I mean, I do it I detox in a different way, but I still think that the old-fashioned way was the better way. They remove all the parasites and all the chemical residues and all that, and we used to be good, man. The school term, we never got any problems. When everybody was getting sick, we were strong when everyone doing everything. So I think I would suggest to you that if you have children, even yourself, and the way you would gauge the detoxifying thing is at the end or the near the beginning, near to the beginning of the school term. Like the weekend before that, you just detox your children. One quarter or one school term with castor oil, one school term with cascara and salts. And you give them the quantities depending on their ages. And I know that I can promise you that if you feed them healthy after that, you won't have too many children that are sick. So that works for the body. Whatever you miss from the vegetables and fruits and so that you're using, when you detoxify or when you cleanse with the baking soda, you would catch it with the cascara and salts or castor oil mix. That thing. I every time I talk about it, this makes me, because it's a disgusting taste that like I still can't take it. As big as I am now, I can't take that because but it's good, right? It's good, and I think we will make a difference in what happens to us, because I tell you, I don't know what's happening in our world today, but I see more cancer. I see more cancer cells activated. I see more worms. I see more lupus. I don't know what is going on in our society, but something is wrong, and something is triggering off a lot of negative activity in our bodies. And I am seriously thinking that it's the foods that we eat. It can't be much of the others, because we're not exposed to too many chemicals here, at least not at this time, right? And except people who burn garbage, and that's very toxic. We eat a lot of barbecue stuff here, and that's bad, because the smoke gives you cadmium, and cadmium gives you cancer. And then we eat a lot of flesh foods here, and flesh foods are very toxic with chemicals, and they give you a lot of parasites. They come with their own larvae, and it's a sick thought to think that this is the society we're in now. The farmer trying to earn his dollar, and he's just doing it the best way he can by growing as fast as he can, and by putting together whatever chemicals he has to put together to provide it to you, to us. I don't know if he knows how dangerous it is. I'm quite sure he does. But we need to get back into organic farming. There is no better farming than organic farming, and we need to start providing the necessary compost and so on that we can use to bring about the changes in the vegetation to give us the organic foods. There is a device that is put. Well, we're not going to go there, because this is what we do this is what we do in America. So it wouldn't work here. Anyway, you can do compost. You can save all your skins and all of your, not your bottles and your cans. Those you throw away. But when you peel your fruits and vegetables, and you cook your foods, and so, you have a little area where you would bury it and let it go back into the soil and become like natural fertilizer. And you use that on your plants and or you could plant near there, so that you can get a good foundation for the produce, and it will provide the nutrients, from the waste of the skins and the foods for the plants. I think we should look at more of that And I do it, and you would see that you will have more luscious green vegetables and more wholesome, healthy fruits. You know, um, I don't know. I don't put any fertilizer down in my golden apple tree, and I get sweet golden apples all the time. I don't do it in the gooseberry tree, and I get it all the time. I'm getting natural stuff growing without any aid except for the rain and sun. And the soil that is there. So, you put the foods around your waste foods around the plants, and they will feed them. In a little bit, they will feed them. You see, so if you were to do that, then you will be able to make the farmers or force the farmers to come clean. If we produce more in our yards, it will force the farmers to come clean. In other words, it make them go into the areas where we are in, because we're planting organic foods, and it will make them do it, and it might change. If we want change to come about, then we have to begin with the change. The persons, the customers, the consumers, have to begin with the change by practicing what we want to see happen. And that goes for everything. Many of you are sick, and really sick, and you don't want to make the changes to your diet to get better. You complain, oh, I'm feeling weak, and I don't know, I'm losing weight, and you need to lose weight anyhow. You're 230 pounds, and you complain, I'm losing weight. You only need to be 140, and you're 230, and you complain, oh, doctor, I'm feeling weak, and I'm losing weight, and you're at 220, and you should be at 140. And you complain, I'm losing weight, and I don't know why I'm losing weight. You need to lose the weight because your organs need to operate in a smaller environment. And then some of you don't want to make the sacrifices. You want to eat and drink the same things and expect that you're going to get better results. It doesn't work that way. And then the others who you need to be cleansed, and you need matter to be removed out of your system. And then you say, oh, doc, I'm feeling weak and I can't. Come on. The doctors are trying to help you. They're trying to provide for you an environment that will bring about healing. You cannot want healing to happen in a toxic environment. It would not happen. You cannot want healing to occur in an environment that is full of worms. It wouldn't happen because worms eat, mess, and multiply inside of you. They don't come out and do it. And some of you have so many worms in there, the names I don't even recognize some of them. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't want to get good results in bad environments. It don't happen like that. If you want to have a body that heals or begin to heal, then you have to position the body in an area where healing can occur. You got to remove the toxicity. You got to purge yourself of all the garbage, all the chemicals and toxins that are in there. You got to stop using foods that will create problems for your body system. And this is where we have the problem. Because when you're told that you shouldn't be eating this and that because eating this and that will provoke the condition you have. But doctor, can I eat a little bit? Can I eat a little bit? So I say now, are you a little bit, if you're a little bit pregnant, you're pregnant. You can't tell the doctor you're not pregnant, but I just have a little pregnancy, doc. I'm just a little pregnant. A little pregnant is pregnant, right? So if you want to have a healthy environment, and the doctor say don't eat fish, and you're gonna eat a little piece of fish, you're still creating a problem for your body system, because the little piece of fish might be the little piece that have the larva that gives you the worms again. And many of you are consuming fish and it's high in acidity. Your uric acid count is gonna go high. Don't you smell it in your own breath and in your own stool and in your own urine? Many of you have kidney stones and you don't know why I have kidney stones. You have kidney stones because uric acid level is extremely high. You're using foods that are producing crystals that are forming stones in your kidney and your bladder. So sometimes I wonder if it makes sense to really go through the steps of trying to help you to understand what is better for you, because you don't really care. you still go back and do the same things that get you sick in the first place. And then you complain, the doctor medicine ain't working. How is it going to work when you're doing the same thing that got you sick? And then some of you want to wait until you're nearly dead before you go to the doctor. It's not the time to go to the doctor. The best time to go to the doctor is when you are well, not when you're sick. When you're sick, it's already kind of late. You can go, yes, and you can try and help, but you already got the problem. Go when you're well, that way you could prevent yourself from becoming sick. That's the secret. Go to the doctor when you're well. That way if something is beginning to happen, he can say to you, or she can say to you, look, you know something, I noticed that this little cyst is happening here, or you're beginning to get a benign tumor here, or, or I see some activated cancer cells. Let's get rid of them before they take a hold of something. No, you want to wait until you're in pain, and you can't work, and you're peeing blood, and you're messing red, and you're vomiting all the time, and, you want to wait until then before you go, and by then, it's kind of late. Stage 3, stage 4. Stage 4 cancer, almost dead. Almost dead. But we don't really give up because you never know, miracles still happen. But at stage 4, it's pretty much over. Right? I've known some stage 4 cancers that have been reversed, but very few. Very few. So, what you want to do is to begin the process of prevention. Okay, I was to bring a little magazine that I just opened it last night, that talks about prevention. How to prevent certain things from happening to you. Right? Some good news for those persons who are waiting on the eye drops that works with cataract, glaucoma, and all the other eye conditions. The eye drops are here, and I tell you what, that eye drop is something else, okay? I'm crazy. I sample things before I things that I can sample, I sample. So last night, I decided I'm gonna test out the eye drops, and Oliver did too, and Mrs. did too, right? Mrs. couldn't open her eyes for half an hour. And burn her that bad. Listen, that eye drop will burn you, but when it's finished burning, trust me, you see a lot better. I just spoke today with one of the young men whose mother came from Canada, couldn't see, hardly see anything. Just today I spoke with him about how his mother is doing. He said, Doc, your mother is doing really well. She's seeing everything now, and all she had to begin her process was 1 dose of the eye drop. And then she took a bottle with her, and she's good today. The eye drop works on your entire macular system. It helps to clear up all the dark spots, remove the toxins. It drains the mucus, removes cataract, removes glaucoma. It's really amazing. I don't know what's in that thing. They wouldn't tell us. But the last set that I got before I brought this set, somebody stole all of it. Maybe they knew something about it. It never got to me. And I was really angry because it cost a lot. Right? But we got some more. I brought some in. I brought it myself just to make sure that it got here safe. And it's available. You got cataract, you got glaucoma, you got myopia, you got hypermetropia. I don't care what you got in your eyes. The eye drops is noted. It got some awards for its ability to remove all of those conditions and more. So you can come to the clinic, call the clinic, call Oliver, because he's the one that's doing it. I just say, Oliver, hand the eyes. And Oliver got good eyes. He's reading all the little fine print. Right? So you can, just call the clinic and make your appointment, schedule yourself. Get your eyes checked and let's see if the eye drops can make a miracle happen in your eyes. I'm not saying if you're blind for 20 years it can help you, but if you're losing your vision and you want to regain your vision, if the arteries are not too far damaged, then there's a chance that those eye drops will create a miracle in your eyes. right? I'm using it myself, folks. I'm using that eye drops. I believe in it because it made a difference. The first time I used it, I put it in my eyes. I didn't read the label. I didn't read the instructions. You know, I just got it. I was excited, so I put 3 drops. Boop, boop, boop. Man, I couldn't see for but 2 hours. I couldn't open my eyes because it burned so bad. I was supposed to put 1 drop. I put 3. You know, so I paid the price. But it wouldn't make you blind. It is not. It will not make you blind. It will make you clear. Because when that thing cleared up, it was like day and night. It's amazing. You know, so I believe in that eye drop, and I think it's going to make a difference in many of the lives of people who are not able to see properly, who have cataract and glaucoma. That's without surgery. It works without anything that has to do with you know, a scapular or any laser and all that stuff. Right? So you got eye problems? Call the clinic. I got people in Florida running me down for this eye drop. Believe it or not. In Jamaica, running me down for the eye drop. You know, so this eye drop apparently is going to make a difference all over, right? Now, I asked my operator to play back that video, not now, before we come off. We're going to give up like 10 minutes before I come off. So we only have like maybe 15 to 20 minutes left on the program before we come off for the day. And I want to open the lines and take some calls. I think there's only 1 line working. According to my operator, 1 line is working, and that's okay. Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
Turn the volume
I
of your
just
TV.
tuned in and heard you talking about the eye drop.
Turn down your volume, please.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, what eye drop is that? I just heard you talking about it.
It's an eye drop that is excellent, guaranteed to work for almost all of your eye troubles. Cataract, glaucoma, myopia, hypermetropia, all the stuff that affects your eyes. Excellent.
Okay, presently I'm using Timolol.
Well, those are good, but they're only good to maintain what's happening there. But we're talking about reversing what you got.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to.
We're not talking about maintaining a problem. We're talking about reversing a problem.
Okay.
And I think I mean the literature comes stating that they will do that, right? So I'm speaking from the manufacturer's information that if you have these eye troubles, then you use the drops over a period of time, it will reverse the condition.
Okay. I'll see about getting some of that.
Yeah, it's really good. You can call and ask for Oliver.
All right.
And the operator is going to put the number up there so that you can call.
Okay.
And Oliver will take care of your eyes.
All right, Doc.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So my friend operator, put the number up there so they can call Oliver. Put Oliver next to it maybe. And he will deal with the eye side, you know, which I am excited about. I put on my extra eye because I work with the screen all day and I've got to protect my eyes, right? So I use this to help me to not face the screen all day long with my naked eye. And it's very important because the screen will affect your eyes. The screen on the television, the screen on a computer, the screen on your phone in the dark, you know, you look at those things, it will cause you to have some problems with your eyes, right? So you want to put on something that can protect your eyes from the screen, you know? I don't know what it would be, but maybe we can come up with something that when you put it on, it negates the effects of the glare on your eyes from the screens that we face, okay? So I would suggest that you get something, if you're facing the screen all day, get something to protect your eyes. All right? I ain't see no numbers, operator. What you do, man? Afraid to off all the numbers. Anyhow, you can call and you know, if you have some questions right now, you can call. And thank you. And I'll try to answer them as much as I can. If I can't answer them, then you'll answer them for me, and we'll get you, at least happy, right? I know we've had some recent programs that are not live, And that's not because we don't do them live anymore. That's because of circumstances. You know, my work takes me to many places, and you know, when you get started doing that, you have to maintain it. You know, so we've got the persons who are expecting us in different parts of the world to provide services for them too. It's not just here. You know, it's not just in Guyana. It's in Florida and New York and Canada and St. Martin and Curacao and Jamaica. You know, it's in other places besides here. So many times when you see some sort of a recording, don't still look at it because you can learn from them, but they might not be live because of other commitments. But this is a live one, right? This is a live one. So, see, we got all the questions you stored up. We only have about another 12 minutes or so. We can take those calls and try to see how much of you we can help with your questions that you've had and all that. But I want to encourage you. Good evening. Turn down your volume.
Good night.
Please turn the volume down some more for me. And when you call, the moment the phone rings, just turn the volume down. Good evening.
Yes, Dr. Haynes. I need to get your clinic number. Put it up and they cut it off. Quick, I didn't get to capture the number.
Oh, you didn't see it. Okay, operator.